We are in probably the last beach campsite that you can find in the United Arab Emirates. With all the construction going on, with all the beaches being closed, I think this is the last piece of heaven left in the United Arab Emirates. And not only are we on the beach, we're actually on
We've got our own private island.
25-meter island. Look at this footage here. I just took some drone footage before we start the show, so have a look at this. I know this is Q&A, but share the experience with us. Watch this footage. Right, so let's get back into what the show's about, right? So this is Overland Q&A. We received a whole bunch of questions. I don't have my laptop here, so obviously wading through the water. I'm not going to take the risk with a computer as well as all the camera gear. So I've written down your questions that you've sent me on email, sean@expeditionextreme.com. Keep them coming. Love the questions. So we're going to answer a couple of questions together. So the first question from Sally T. What fridges do you have? Okay, so you're gonna shoot me down. So this is what we're running, right? It's not what we're saying that you have to have. Many people have different views on how they run their refrigeration, so on and so forth. My answer is simple. I run Engel. I believe in Engel. It is the most power efficient product on the market. A lot of people swear by Waco and ARB and so on and so forth. There are 3 fridges that you should purchase. If you're serious about doing what we do, there are only 3 products: National Luna, Snowmaster, and Engel. If you're going to do this as much as we do, don't bother with the rest of them. So I hate really knocking other products, but my personal experience,
you know, works for you. You haven't had.
We've had Waco before. We've had other brands. The amount of power that they utilize, really, it's not worth it. It's, what do they say? You buy something cheap, it actually ends up being more expensive.
Yeah.
So we spent how much money on the Wacos, and we've moved to Engel, and we should have run Engel because we ran Engel in South Africa. And now we're here, and we bought Engel. Brought it in from the States. There is an Engel dealer now here, but wherever you are in the world, just go on Amazon. If you don't have an Engel dealer, get an Engel, get a Snowmaster, get a National Luna. So we run a 60 litre and a 40 litre. The reason why I run 2 fridges is the amount of time that we spend away from home. The one fridge runs, the 60 litre runs as a refrigeration, so we've got our drinks, we've got fresh produce in there. You can't run that. You've got to run that at about +4, because if you run it colder than that, then the lettuce and your green peppers and all that goes
freezing up.
Yeah.
It starts freezing up.
So then we run the 40 litre, and the 40 litre, while we run the 40 litre as a freezer, is not only for the meat, but the missus will not have her wine without ice or anything like that. So we run a separate freezer for that. You can get the 90 litre, or I think it's 90 litre National Luna, as well as the Snowmaster, and Engel has the same. It's got the split fridge. I like to keep them separate. If something does go wrong, I still have another fridge going on. So if one fridge goes, for whatever reason, we have an additional fridge to back that up. So no issues. Yeah? Okay. Oh, okay. So the next question over here, actually, we've asked Austin. Awesome name. I like Austin. Which is the best fridge? I think we've just answered that right now. 3 brands that I would back 100% would be Engel, National Luna, Snowmaster. Don't bother, don't buy anything else. It's just going to end up, you're going to buy something else after you've purchased a special from whichever. Austin, I think you're from the States, so if you walk into one of the Walmarts, you're probably going to get a Waco and so on and so forth. Spend the time, research it online, get an Engel, Snowmaster or a National Luna. So next question is from James. Is the Bundertop as good as you say it is? I'm going to leave this to you to answer.
Sure, I absolutely love it. I think it's spacious, it's easy to set up. I don't think we've ever had a tent that sets up so easily. I just love it. Love all the airflow coming through, no flapping in the wind when the wind's blowing.
I think the difference between what this does, because all 4 corners go up, right? So it goes up. I think for the Middle East and for the GCC, here we are. This is probably our last beach camp that we're going to be able to do. We're running at about 38, 39 degrees Celsius right now. In the next 2 weeks, we're going to be pushing into the high 40s. This is the last time we're going to be out. That tent has any breeze that blows right through it. Kind of. So if you had the clamshell that goes up, it blocks that coming in.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking those tents. I'm saying for the Middle East, Bundertop is the best tent you can get. Now,
always airflow.
For the Middle East, for the heat, any place that has higher temperatures than 35 degrees Celsius, that is your best tent, by far. I think, well, that's it.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah. Okay, next question. So, is the Middle East safe? I've seen your Oman trips and they look great, but is the country safe for Europeans? This is from Giuseppe. So Giuseppe, really, Oman is probably one of the few countries left in the world that you can wild camp pretty much everywhere. There are no restrictions, there are no campsites, right? I think in the time that we've traveled through Oman, we've seen maybe 3 or 4 signs where they've got official campsites, where they say come and camp, and you see but there are no campsites, pretty much, as far as I know, in Oman. So if you take Namibia and you take Oman, I'm going to put them in the same bracket right now. When the sun starts setting and you're tired for driving, as long as you have been during the day, you pull off the side of the road, go into the dunes or you go onto the beach, and you can camp everywhere. The Omanis are probably one of the friendliest.
Absolutely. They're absolutely friendly.
By far. I mean, the friendliest people out there. To the point where it actually is, you're camping and they would want to invite you to go to their house because they want to feed you, and you're trying to enjoy your journey. Exactly. You're trying to enjoy your journey. We're camping because this is what we do. We wouldn't spend the amount of money that we spend on our vehicles kitting them out because we're self-sufficient. But the Omanis are looking and saying, you know, it's a shame. Look at these people. They're sleeping in a tent. Please come to my house. Let me feed you. Safe as houses, mate. Safe as houses.
Yeah,
the United Arab Emirates,
trying to promote
Oman.
They're also trying to promote
tourism, overlanding.
So they're really trying to get things up and running on that side. They appreciate people coming down. I mean, there's millions and millions of little towns as far as you go, all the little fishing towns.
Yeah.
And they're welcoming tourists because it's money coming in for the little towns.
Exactly that. Exactly that.
Yeah.
No.
It's awesome.
GCC. No issues. I wish we had our crazy German that rode her bicycle from Tehran all the way to Salalah. But Iran, UAE, Oman, what a trip. Coming down from north or going south to north, what a trip.
No, we
do it, explore it. There's tons of like-minded people over here in the area. Get onto the forums and you'll be able to chat with us and we can assist you.
We're super blessed.
So those are the 3 questions right now for this show. Done and dusted. Best location ever. Unfortunately, during the summer months, you're probably going to be seeing me in the editing studio or outside.
You will be.
Well, not outside next to the truck because it's going to be like 50 degrees Celsius. So you're probably going to find me
Sweat
indoors
dripping.
answering your questions. But you know what? Right now, we have a great location. So we'll make it interesting.
Right. Remember, if it's dusty, drive it.